Hey folks, it's Earl, and I am back a lot sooner than I thought I'd be. I got some private messages and a couple of comments that made me stop and think for a minute about what I was doing. And then I went to therapy a couple of days and talked about it and got clear on some things. I want to stay here, and I made this channel for me to get some support, but also for guys around my age. And I think I've helped a couple of people, so and if I help just one, it's worth it. So I talked to my therapist about how I could do this and maybe just feel a little safer and less vulnerable. And I guess the main thing is I took down a link to my private website because that was just like a channel to me. And I've been lucky. I haven't had any haters. The people that have found me through my website, I'm tickled they did, because I enjoy the new friendship. But I don't know what's going to happen in the future, and in today's political climate, I think I'll just feel better not having quite the vulnerability in that regard. The other thing I didn't talk about in my last video, and one of the main reasons I took down my channel, is I was concerned that my family's watching. And if they are, there's not much I can do about that. I've always known that was a possibility. And I want to be as free as I can be on this channel, or, you know, it's not as helpful. So I'm just gonna try to dance like nobody's watching, and keep making videos. I just got back from a recovery meeting at the Trans Center, and it was really great. It was there was someone there representing AA, or you know, someone who could lead that kind of meeting, but there was also someone there who was conducting more of a mindful practice, and we went that route, which was great. I got a lot out of it, and now I'm home for lunch and to see my puppy, and then I'm getting back to work on the fence, even though it is hot as Hades out there. Although I may get pulled into some news about the Comey testimony. I am doing my best to stay busy. I am not employed yet and looking for work, and trying to structure my day, and also trying to meditate. I am meditating, and that's helpful. I'm looking for work. A friend of mine suggested a temp agency, which I hadn't thought about for some reason, and that's a great idea. But it also led to an interesting conversation. Like, my first thought when he said temp agency was, when I did that, I was living a woman's life. You know, ideas about gender and work came up. I mean, it would be the first time I've applied for work. I can do all kinds of office work. I was a graphic designer. I can maintain websites, marketing, all that kind of thing. So I'll apply, but it'll be the first time that I apply as myself, who I've always felt myself to be, and dress the way I want to dress, and just be me. And thinking about it in those terms got me really excited. So that kind of shifted how I felt about looking for work. I was kind of nervous about looking for work, being trans, and now I'm just really enamored with the possibilities. I also talked in therapy about getting work that doesn't deplete my creative juice, that allows me to go into the studio fresh. Teaching, I use the same sort of energy teaching that I do in the studio in a way, and so that can be depleting, and I'm still looking for teaching work, but I have broadened my search. Like, I wouldn't mind being a janitor. I was talking about this in therapy. There's something about the simplicity of that work. I know I can do it and do a good job. And then I like the idea of, you know, a janitor's uniform, a rag in my back pocket, a bucket. You know, ideas of masculinity. Like my therapist said, would you apply to Mary Maids or something? I'm like, no, I don't want to be a maid, I want to be a janitor. It feels very gendered, and this may not be politically correct, but I really like that. My granddad, my favorite papa, worked at a gas station, and my family, I come from a family of farmers, and the first thing I wanted to be when I was little was, I wanted to be a farmer who preached on Sunday. I just liked, you know, the preacher would hold the Bible, and the way he would hold the Bible and orate, you know, and the way he would flip those thin pages. There was something about that as a kid that attracted me. It wasn't the religion, and I really wasn't into preaching, but I always had a lot of love to give, and I still do, and I wanted to be able to project that love onto a congregation, share that. And farming feels like the most natural thing in the world outside of being an artist. I had a garden when we lived in Santa Fe, and if I was upset or stressed or anxious, I would go out and work in the garden and feel 100% in no time. Something about connecting to the earth that pleases me, satisfies my soul. So maybe landscaping or something, I'm not sure, but it's not easy being unemployed and my partner being the breadwinner. It's my ego's taken a hit, I must be honest, and I'm really ready to be self-supporting, that is for sure. And just one more thing I think I'll mention before I close out. I was driving home from the meeting and I was listening to Tom Hartman on the radio, and he was talking about self-talk and language and its impact, and he made this really simple observation. If you put yourself in the third person, it's almost like you're setting outside of yourself another individual, like you've split yourself. So, for example, instead of saying, Earl, you will find a job, to say, I will find a job, or I can do that, is more empowering, and you're embodied more in that. And I really liked that. I said it out loud in the truck. I said, I can find a job, I can do this. And I felt the power of that. So I'm feeling healthy and hopeful, and very grateful to be a month sober today. And I guess I needed to take a break, even if it was just for a week, so that I could get clear on my intentions, and I am now. So I hope you're all well. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.